everyone, welcome, I'm Robert, and this is another Star Wars Destiny Encounters playthrough. Today I'm playing against Jango Fett using a Kylo Ren and FN-2199 Burn Rush style deck, and we're playing in normal difficulty. And I'm using a couple of modules, so I'm using the Advanced Battlefields module, and I'm bringing this battlefield for Kylo and FN-2199. And this is the suggested battlefield for the Boba Fett encounter deck. Now, Jango Fett is a promo that was added as part of the 2024 promo pack, which was released with squadrons. So it's basically just like Count Dooku. It uses an existing encounter set. In this case, you use Boba Fett's encounter set, and all you do is replace the leader and the Mandalorian armor, and you just use Jango Fett and his Westar 34 in their place, and everything else runs exactly the same. And Jango Fett has his own ability that is different from Boba Fett's when a weapon is attached to him. Okay, instead of readying Jango Fett, what you do is you roll two set aside dice. Okay, in this case, these are the set aside dice that I'm gonna use when that ability is triggered. Okay, and his Westar behaves differently. It's not a defensive. It's not a defensive item. So every time that I deal damage, resolve a ranged or melee die against Jango Fett, he'll ding me for one unblockable damage, the character or whatever character is coming from. Okay, so now we're pretty much set, and we're playing in normal difficulty, like I said. So we just need to roll to see who goes first. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we got 5, and I find it doubtful that Jango will win that roll. Okay, yep, he rolled horribly. So now let's go ahead and keep Hangar Bay. So this is the battlefield that I brought with my deck. Reveal the top card of an opponent's deck, and if that card is an event or support, deal 1 damage to a character. So I'm going to have this green arrow pointing at me when I take control of the battlefield, or red when the enemy has it pointing that way. And when I claim the battlefield, I flip this. Okay, that way I don't have to move the battlefield around. So we're going to put this aside now. We are going to have to give a because Jango Fett lost the roll, we're going to give a generic battlefield ability to the enemy, and I suppose I'll give the one that I think there's one that. Alright, so because I couldn't, I don't think that any of these necessarily emulate that ability really well, so in that case I simply roll a d8, and whatever ability comes out, that's what I'll use to simulate the battlefield. Okay, so we got a 5, so we're gonna assign ability number 5 to him, and it says the enemy rerolls one of its dice showing blank and resolves it if able. Right, simple. So that is gonna be the enemy claim ability for Jango, rather than trying to run it on their behalf. Okay, okay, and that's that. So now I just need to draw my 5 cards. Okay, well, it's actually shuffle it on camera. Okay, always try to do that. Okay, and then let's see, 5. All right, so I definitely want to keep that. Okay, not bad, not bad, and not bad. This isn't that useful early on, so I'll shuffle this back, and we're gonna draw another card. Okay. Okay, we're gonna draw one more card, and there's gonna be another crossguard lightsaber. Very good. Okay, so now I'm gonna keep that hand, and we're ready to rock. So I did mention, I think I mentioned the Advanced Battlefields module. I am using the Advanced Discard and Hands module because of Kylo Ren's ability specifically. I want to be able to carry out his ability, which deals with revealing cards at random from an opponent's hand. So I'm using the Advanced Discard and Hand module so that I can reveal cards, and I'll explain it as it happens. I'll explain how to interpret these abilities, okay, when using the advanced discard module, okay. All right, so first thing I want to do is I want to pay 2, okay, to play crossguard lightsaber on Kylo Ren. Okay, so it says after you play this upgrade on Kylo Ren, deal 1 damage to a character. So, oh, and I forgot, Kylo Ren, Jango Fett does gain 2 shields from going second, so 1 damage will go there, okay, to one of the shields. There we go, okay. And let's go ahead and get that die. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now Jango Fett will activate. So we're gonna use these tokens instead of exhausting or rotating the cards. Okay, so that's what Jango rolled. Okay, we got 5, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, all right, and you'll see that his dice are parallel to Boba Fett's. Okay, so the dice doesn't change, so you don't have to relearn the dice. Okay, now I want to activate. Let's see. I want to activate Kylo Ren. Okay, and we're gonna trigger his ability in a second. All right, so that's a pretty good roll. And now we're gonna trigger Kylo Ren's ability. Okay, so it says after you activate this character, choose a color, and then reveal a random card from your opponent's hand. If it matches the chosen color, deal 2 damage to a character. Okay, so if you read the Star Wars Destiny Encounters rulebook, when it comes to color, cards that are associated with the leader are the same color as the leader. So in this case, all leader cards are yellow, okay, and villain, so affiliation and color. And the basic gray and counter cards are gray, okay. So basically, this is a binary choice for me, okay. I can choose either yellow or gray, okay. So I'll just go ahead and choose gray, all right. And if a neutral card comes out, then I deal 2 damage, and I have to pick randomly, okay. So I'm gonna use a D10, okay. Now, when playing with the advanced discard module, you can't include this card, the one that has the shield token above it. You can't include it when discarding cards at random. But when it comes to reveal effects, that's fine. The card that has the shield token can be included, okay? So now we're gonna roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? And this is gonna happen a lot throughout the game as I activate Kylo Ren, so I'm not gonna repeat it every time. So hopefully you pick up on that. So that's 4, okay? So this one we're gonna flip, and if it's gray, I deal 2 damage. All right, excellent. So now I'm gonna deal 2 damage to Jango, and that's gonna penetrate the shield, and now he has 1 damage on him. Now, when you reveal a card, it's just left off. It's left up as open information, okay? And as the enemy plays them, you're just gonna move them to the right. They're just open information now, okay? So I can anticipate the enemy playing that. All right, so that was my activation, and now Jango Fett will resolve. So that's 5, so that's 1 damage, okay, and FN-2199 has the lower health value, so that damage is gonna go here, okay. And now my turn, I'm gonna activate this guy, and there we go. So I got a resource there, so that's great. It's going to be very helpful. Okay, so now that's my activation, and now Jango Fett will resolve his special. So I deal 1 indirect damage to each player. So let's just deal 1 to Kylo, because why not? So let's just put 1 on him like this. Okay, there we go. Now on my turn, I'm gonna resolve. Let's see. Maybe I think that might have been a mistake. Hold on, because I don't want him targeting. Yeah, let's just instead deal that indirect damage to him, because now Jango Fett's West Star 34. After a player character or upgrade die showing melee or range is resolved against him, exhaust this to deal 1 unblockable damage to that character. Okay, so he's gonna react when I deal this to him. Okay, so that's gonna be 2 damage. Okay, so that's 3 in total, and then he's gonna exhaust this, and now Kylo Ren will take 1 unblockable damage. Okay, so that was my resolution, and now he will gain 1 shield. Okay, and now I'm going to resolve this special. Okay, it says deal 2 damage to a character, or 3 instead if that character has 1 or more shields. So it'll basically ignore that shield, and we just go through it, and he's at 5 damage. Okay, all right, and then the enemy will gain a resource, and now I'll go ahead and gain a resource myself here, so that I can resolve one of these. We're gonna flip this. Okay, so it's a high value target attached to highest health character among players. If there's a tie, players choose. So definitely goes to Kylo Ren. So now the enemy is gonna resolve all of his melee and ranged die against him as unblockable. And after this character is activated, the enemy gains 1 resource. So players have the option of spending an action to pay 2 resources and then shuffle this into the encounter deck, which I'll probably do when I get a chance. But for now, let me just go ahead and deal 2 damage here to Jango Fett. Okay, so that's 7. And now we're going to flip this. Each enemy character gains 1 shield, so we're going to do that. We give Jango 1 shield. Okay. And then let's just claim the battlefield now, or actually, I do have 1 more opportunity here to play this. Yeah, let's do this. So I'm gonna play Inflict Pain, deal 2 damage to one of your characters to deal 2 indirect damage to an opponent. So I'll deal 2 here. So now FN-2199 is at 4 damage, and I'll deal 2 indirect damage to Jango Fett, so he's now at 8 damage. Okay, and then we flip this. Okay, first aid, deal heal 2 from Jango Fett because he's the only character in play. Okay, all right. So now I'll claim the battlefield. So claim, and I'll do the ability. So reveal the top card of an opponent's deck. If that card is an event or support, deal 1 damage to a character. So that's an event. So now we deal 1 damage to Jango Fett. Okay, and we're gonna then shuffle the encounter deck. And this is as per the rules in the advanced discard module. Okay, and hand module. When you reveal the cards from the top of the encounter deck, you always have to shuffle it after. Okay. All right, and there you go. So that's it. The enemy has nothing else to do, so we're going to move on. We're going to gain resource. We're going to remove these exhausted tokens, okay? And then we're going to move this over here. Okay. All right, and then we flip this, and we're going to draw up to 5. I don't mind the cards that I have in my hand. So I'll just draw 2 more. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so first thing, so I go first, and I want to activate this guy. Let me just throw that in there and roll 2. Okay, so we got blank and 1 damage. Okay, and then Jango Fett activates. So put this there. Okay, so we got 1, 3, 3, a bunch of 3s. He's gonna get a bunch of shields. Nice. So I don't want him gaining more resources, so let me just go ahead and get rid of this thing. So I'll pay off the high value target. Okay, we're gonna shuffle that into the encounter deck. Okay. All right, and then I'll get to activate Kylo when I get a chance. Okay, so now let's So that was my action, and now let's resolve this. So Jango will gain 3 shields. Now let's see. So I rolled this. So what I'll do is I would like that Jango damage to go to him. So let's try this again. Let's pick gray once again as the color, and then we reveal a card and see what happens. So roll. Okay, not bad. And then we pick gray, and now we're gonna roll again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 1, 2, gray. Let's see. Okay, gray. So I deal 2 damage. Okay. All right. So now Jango will play this, which has no effect since there's no shields among my characters. Let's play or resolve. Let's resolve this 3 damage against him. Okay, so now he's a 9, and it's gonna trigger this. So now Kylo Ren takes 1 unblockable damage, and now we're gonna flip this. Engulfing Flames deal 1 unblockable damage to each character. Okay, great. So we're gonna just put this here. Okay, there we go. All right, and then let's resolve this against him. So that's 10. Okay, there we go, 10, like so. Then we're gonna flip this. Deal 1 damage to each player's characters. So let me just switch to a 4 here for Kylo Ren. Okay, lots of damage coming this way. Let's gain a resource. Actually, do I want to do that? I kind of do, honestly. So I'll gain a resource. I'll let him take control of the battlefield. Okay, and the enemy claim ability I gave him says the enemy rerolls 1 of its dice, showing blank, and resolves it if able. So that's 1 damage. Okay. All right. There you go. Okay, cool. So now with that resource I gained, so now the enemy has control of the battlefield. But now I want to play Imperial HQ. Okay. And with that, we can now start the next round. So I gain 2 resources. The enemy will advance, gain a resource. And the enemy now has control of the battlefield. We flip this. Let's replenish. Okay. All right, and let's draw. Do I want to discard anything? No, I think that looks good. So let's roll. Draw. Okay, there we go. So now we start a new round. Let's remove these. Okay, and now the enemy goes first. So let's put that in there and roll. Okay, so we got 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 6. Okay. Now on my turn, let's see. Let's roll for this guy, or actually, hold on. Before I do that, okay, so he's gonna gain a shield. Okay, so I think there might be a better timing for that. Let's roll Kylo Ren first, actually. So let's roll him. Let's roll, and now we're gonna trigger his ability. So that's gonna be there's been a lot of gray cards coming out, so there's maybe more likely that a yellow villain card will come out. So let's pick yellow this time. Let's roll again. Okay, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Okay, I missed that one. All right, cool. Bad luck, but I didn't deal 2 damage this time. Okay. All right, so now Jango will deal deal 1 damage to this guy. Okay, and let's. I want to play. I want to bait him here, so I'll deal 1 damage, and then he'll deal 1 unblockable damage to Kylo. Okay. I deal 1 indirect damage. Let's have that go to Kylo. Okay. And then let's see. Let's flip this to actually. Yeah, let's play. No, let's instead of doing that, let's deal 2 damage. Okay. To that'll make him go to 13. Now he'll gain a shield. Okay. But what I want to do now is I want to play this on FN-99. This is a recovered Sith lightsaber. Okay, and let's go ahead and put this die here. And after you play this upgrade, you may remove 1 shield from a character. And if it's a Sith, I could remove 2, but that's not going to be necessary. Now, he has an ability after you play a weapon, in this case it's a lightsaber. When you play a weapon on this character, roll that weapon's die into the pool, if able. You may immediately resolve it. Let's see. Okay, and I resolve it. Let's give him 1 shield. Okay, that's awesome. And then he'll gain a resource. Let's activate this guy. Okay, alright, cool. So now we flip this, okay, death from above. Count the number of upgrades attached to the enemy leader and resolve all that applies. So there's only 1 upgrade attached to Jango, so we only resolve the first option, which says the enemy gains 1 shield. Okay, and then the enemy gains an additional action. And then he'll play this, which will give him another shield. Okay. Alright, cool. So now I'm going to use Imperial HQ to resolve this. And that's going to be 3 damage total. Okay. So that's 14. Okay. And then the enemy will say, oh, I have to discard my hand now. Okay, yeah, sure, let's do that. And now, let's see. Do I want to gain control of the battlefield? Yeah, I think I do. So I'll claim the battlefield. Okay, now it's under my control. And reveal the top card of the opponent's deck. If it's a event or support, deal 1 damage to a character. Okay, so it's an event, so we're gonna deal 1 damage to Boba Fett. And now we need to shuffle this as per the discard and hand effect rules. Okay. Alright, and that's it for the turn. I can't resolve anything else, and we just start a new round. So enemy gains 1 resource, I gain 2. We're gonna ready all of this, okay? Right, this goes back here, this goes back here. We replenish, and I'm gonna draw my hand in a second. Okay. Alright, so now I'm gonna draw up to 5, okay? There you go, cool. Alright, so now we start a new round. And first thing I want to do is I want to pay 2 to play Imperial Envoy. Reveal 2 random cards from an opponent's hand and deal 1 damage to a character for each event and support just revealed. Okay, so I'm gonna first roll a D10 and a D4. Okay, so let's start with the D10. Okay, so 7, that's gonna go there, and then D4, 1, 2, this one. Okay, so we're gonna reveal these 2. Okay, so that's an event, and then that's a downgrade. Oof, that sucks. Okay, but we're gonna deal 1 damage to Jango that way. Okay, and we have a bit of a recon on the hand. Okay. Alright, so now Jango will activate. Okay, so that's some damage, not too terrible. Okay, we're gonna move this over here. Alright, so let's now activate. I think he's safe for now with his shield. So let's activate. Kylo. Okay. Okay, and we're gonna choose yellow once again and try our luck. So we're gonna pick yellow, and We're gonna roll from among all 5 cards. 9. So let's see if this is yellow. No, it's gray, so we don't deal damage, unfortunately. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna. So that was my activation. We're gonna resolve Jango Fett's ability. 1 ranged damage against this guy. Okay. That was his turn. And let's roll this guy. Okay. And see if we can do a bunch of damage. Okay. Not bad. We got some extra damage there. All right. So now we're gonna resolve this, and that's gonna be 1 indirect damage. Let's make that go to Kylo. Okay. And now I'm gonna resolve all of this melee damage. I'll start by resolving first this so that it goes to Kylo, although yeah, I think I'd rather it goes to this guy. So let's do that. It'll go to him instead of Kylo. Okay. Let's remove this, and that's the first damage, and then that's 4 in total. So now Jango is at 20 damage. Okay. 20. There you go. And then that's my turn, and then Jango will resolve this shield. Okay. There we go. And now I'm gonna resolve this special from Crossguard, and it says deal 2 damage to a character or 3 if the character has 1 or more shields. So that's 3 damage, and that brings Jango Fett to lethal damage. And there we go, folks. So that's victory of Kylo and his trooper against Jango. So very fun, and it's unfortunate that Jango didn't get a chance to play one of his equipment cards. They just didn't come out. But yeah, so he would have had a chance to roll some extra character dice by getting attached. But yeah, they were all stuck. Let's see if there was one here. No, they were all stuck. The next one was an underworld search, which would have gotten him his backpack missile. But there you go, folks. Lots of fun here defeating Jango Fett, and I want to thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, go ahead and put them in the comment section. And if you enjoy this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.